fans with us today. He is one of the baddest. No prep, still shot, action shot, any shot photographers in the game. Coming to us from Clayton, North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you StageLane Productions, Willie Sheffield. How's it going, my man?
Pretty good, man. Got off work a little early today just so I can do this with you.
Awesome. Well, we greatly appreciate that. And it's an honor to have one of the best photographers right now in the no prep world, in our opinion, on the Eeez and Beez podcast. As you know, here on the Eeez and Beez, Willie, we're going to dive a little bit into your life, figure out what makes you tick, figure out what got you started, and also ask you some fun things along the way. With that being said, my man, are you ready to get started?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Hey, Willie, tell the fans and listeners out there, how did you get your start in the photography world in the no prep scene?
Back in 2020, right before everything happened, I was just looking to get to the track more. Blew up the motor in my car. I was hanging out with Turbo John and them a lot at the time. He was starting to get into the no prep scene, and I had bought the wife a camera that she never really used. And I was like, screw it, I'm gonna give it a shot. So if you actually look back on the page, back to the early stuff, you can actually see how it progressed through everything. Right. Some stuff I'm not too happy about, but it is what it is.
I definitely could understand that. Kind of same thing here on the podcast. You go back to episode 1 and talk about that one versus today here, episode 88. Quite a big jump myself. Let me ask you this, Willie. What's your favorite thing about taking those photos there at the track?
It's gonna sound cheesy, but like they say, racing's a family. It's not a community, it's a family. And really, like, you don't even have to be in it long to get that. Like, you're by your second, third event, like, everybody knows everybody. You're walking around the pits and they're like, hey, we're making lunch, come eat. And you're like, man, I've been grabbing snacks from everybody's trailer. I'm full. Just the people you meet and stuff. And even, like, I've seen guys screaming at each other in the pits and then go out there and race. Not even be racing each other, but one of them break and be like, hey, I need something. And they're like, I got you. Like, there's no hard feelings. Nobody really takes anything too seriously. And it's a bunch of like-minded individuals that just want to have a good time.
Yeah, we can definitely agree with you on that. That's one of our favorite things here at the Eeez and Beez. Of course, this year, kind of jumping in the no prep scene. And it's people like you, Carolina Performance, our partners in Pennywise Racing, Bang That Light, all them people I mentioned, Turbo John as well. They pulled us right in like they've known us forever. And the family atmosphere, like you said, it's just the best thing in racing. It's better than the racing, in my opinion, sometimes, because like you said, some of that stuff that happens, you don't even know some of these people, but yet you'll give the shirt off your back or that part in your trailer or whatever it takes to make the competition just as good for the fans and everybody there.
Exactly.
And that's what we love about it as well. All right, let's switch it up a little bit here, Willie. How about this? What's the least favorite thing you like about photography on the track or at the track?
Me and the wife were talking about this the other day, which if a lot of people don't know, it is just me and the wife. She's actually at work right now. So, but as far as no prep racers, I'm not. Some of the events you go to could run a little faster than they do. But I mean, when you've got 100 plus cars at an event and it rains or something, like, there's only much the staff can do. However, if anybody looks through our stuff, our albums, you'll see that we don't do a lot of radial races, and if we do, they're local because the couple times we've traveled to go to a big radial event, it's a lot of hurry up and wait. I understand why. Every so many passes, they have to prep and scrape the track or scrape the track, but prep the track and drag it. And when you got a car on trying to go fast on that kind of tire, you have to have the prep down 100%. But it makes for a long day. You 10 cars done in 30 minutes, maybe longer sometimes. But with a no prep event, there's nothing to prep. You just go.
Yep. Yeah, I can agree with
About
you
the only
there.
time you have to wait is if there's an accident or somebody breaks between burnout or something like that. You're waiting on somebody to show up.
Right. And even then, people are fast to get that thing cleaned up
Oh,
and
yeah.
out of the way so we can keep it going. I could agree with you. I could see that being stretched out, making it a long day. Obviously, you're on your feet, from start to finish, trying to chase down that action, that best shot you can get, whatever it might be. But I totally can understand the longer days being the least favorite in your opinion. All right, let's keep things going here, Willie. Let's switch things up just a little bit. As we always ask here on the Eeez and Beez, we got a couple famous questions, and we're going to start you off with this one here. You're having breakfast tomorrow with any race car driver, celebrity, personality out there. Who are you having it with, and what are you having?
I think I got two birds with one stone. He's a avid car enthusiast, if that's what you want to call him, and he's a celebrity. Probably Jeremy Clarkson.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
From originally from BBC's Top Gear.
Yeah, that's definitely for all you car nerds out there. That's a good one. What are you guys having, Willie?
Knowing him, probably beer.
Breakfast of champions. Awesome. How about this? You could be anything in the world that you want to be other than what you are right now, Willie. What would you be and why?
Honestly, I don't even know. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey, that means you're living a good life. You're happy with what you're doing, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. We'll get you another one to stump you. How about this one? The movie of your life is coming out this weekend, Willie. Who's playing you, and what's the name of it?
I'm sorry, you cut out right there. Who's what?
Who's playing you, and what's the name of it?
All right. Who's playing me? Most likely it would be one of the cast from Jackass. And the best title I can think of off the fly would be I Survived.
Nice.
With a question mark.
Gotcha. I think that definitely would be an awesome movie to check out, to see the history there of Willie Sheffield in the no prep world. All right, let's switch gears and get back to some racing talk. Obviously, going down this weekend, starting tonight, hopefully, if the rain holds off. We're saying the prayers, doing the rain dance, all that good stuff. The biggest small tire race of the season so far. War in the Woods. We know you guys are going to be there covering it. I got to ask you, though, Willie, other than that race, what's your other favorite race to cover in race season?
I got to give it up to my local events, man. Another big influencer in what I do, Corey Stamper, Spooled Media. He puts on an amazing event. It runs like clockwork. He's out there on the microphone with all the energy in the world. I don't know where he gets it from. I need some of it from time to time. And then Kinsent, Zenford, and Eric, man, down here with Dig or Die.
Yes.
They're fortunate enough to be located where I am and have some of the baddest East Coast races. It honestly some of the baddest races in the country. I mean,
I agree. Us out here, out
I'll
west,
make that step.
we're super jealous. Let me tell you, being that, you know, I'm out here in Colorado, it kills me to watch so many good races going on because, you know, flights aren't cheap. But I will be making my way out there this summer. Hopefully, Dig or Die come July. Eeez and Beez will be on the property, and we'll get to meet there face to face. Hopefully, that will be going down. Just got a couple more left here before I let you go here, Will. I gotta know, like we said, going down this weekend, War in the Woods. What is your predictions? Do you think's going to happen this weekend? Are we going to have a heck of a show or what?
Oh, as long as it gets off the ground, it's definitely going to be a show. I know myself, MSK, their channel, and a lot of others. I was actually just looking at the list here before we started, are live streaming. So if you can't make it, you can find it.
That's for sure.
We'll all start taking pictures as usual, and I'm excited. It's our first ever going. Ever since I've seen it a couple years ago, I've wanted to go. I wasn't even no prep at the time. I was just like, that looks sketchy. I've got to see it.
Definitely can agree. One of the most sketchiest surfaces out there, in my opinion, as well. It's definitely going to be the event so far of the early spring / summer to be at. And like you said, you got a lot of people covering it. Let's jump into that. I'm going to turn the page over here to you, Willie. Let my fans and listeners out there know where they can find you at, what you got going on, and everything else coming up for this season.
All right. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube under StageLane Productions. We made it simple and easy for everyone to find. Heck, it's even on our logo. Which we actually did just get these shirts. So we got another one. This is the final look before we actually start letting people get their hands on them.
Nice. Very nice.
We'll probably do a pre-order on them early next week. But Facebook has all of our albums, photos, any event-related information. I've actually got to update our current schedule. We had our schedule on there. Things change. I've got to get on there and update it. And we'll also put the event we're planning to be at. I'm not going to say we will because stuff always happens. But we're going to be getting out more this year. Just like with War in the Woods. The past 2 years, we've stuck local, and I've been fortunate enough to make friends with people all over the country, and there's events happening everywhere, every weekend. So, now I lost my train of thought.
Hey, you definitely got it going on, in our opinion. That's what brought us together here. Like we said, the friendship, the family atmosphere, and the racing. But before I let you go, Willie, I got to ask the final famous question here. When it's all said and done, what do you want the StageLane Productions and Willie Sheffield legacy to be?
Legacy. That's a big word. Just I guess just a average guy that actually did something.
That's all right. Hey, that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, you watch your favorite YouTubers, and I've seen Corey's photos everywhere. I've seen Westler, Lock It In Productions. his photos everywhere. And I'm like, these guys didn't get to where they are by just sitting at home and looking at somebody else do it. So we may not have the best equipment. I'm still using like this. This is actually the wife's camera. This is like a first or second generation lens that I've got. I don't know how many people had it before me off of eBay, but it works. A $400 camera off of Facebook Marketplace. Like, I've had some videos on YouTube where I kind of broke down our stuff. It's like people see what we do or what we produce. Not even the best with editing. So I feel like even though we've got, I'm not going to say subpar equipment, but compared to other people, I've got to really make sure I get a decent shot the first time because I don't get a do-over and I haven't learned how to fix anything in Photoshop. So what you see is what you get. I just brought the colors out a little bit and stuff in editing. So yeah, I mean, if you want to do something, get out there and do it. Like, nobody's stopping you.
Absolutely. I can agree with you on that. I feel like we're two peas in the pod when it comes to a lot of that stuff you just mentioned. But like my dad always said, you kind of get what you put into it. And I know you guys there at StageLane Productions are putting forth some amazing efforts, some very badass shots, folks. And make sure you guys go check them out on Facebook, on YouTube. And like we said, it's been an honor and a pleasure having you on this week. Make sure you guys give them a follow. Coming to us from Clayton, North Carolina, it's StageLane Productions. Willie Sheffield. Thanks, my man.
I think I need fireworks going off in the background.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
Take it easy.